In recent decades, the jaguar's habitat has been greatly reduced. There are only a few places where a jaguar in the wild can meet its only competitor among the felines of the New World: the cougar. The rivalry between these species is very spectacular. Cougars belong to small cats because of the peculiarities of the structures of the skull and larynx. But thanks to their effectiveness and success, they were able to spread across both North and South America. They have competitors in their weight category: bears, lynxes, and wolves. However, there are not as many large predators there as, for example, in Africa or Asia. Therefore, the cougar has been able to grow significantly over hundreds of thousands of years of development. A large cougar is 1.5 times larger than a female leopard. That is, a small cat is bigger than a panther. By weight, the cougar is also significantly superior to its closest relative, the cheetah. Unsurprisingly, the impressive strength, power, and experience of the hunter allow the cougar to claim the territory of other carnivores. Although the second name of the predator is the mountain lion, over thousands of years of the species' development, these cats have descended into the mountains and now live in forests and plains. When the cougar noticed a young female jaguar, it immediately went on the attack to take over this territory. A big mistake. The jaguar is smaller than the lion and the tiger, but it is the third largest panther in the world. This predator looks more compact, but pay attention to the muscular paws and body, in which tight muscles are visible even through the spotted skin. And although the young female jaguar is smaller than the mother of the male cougar, it was not worth messing with her. After all, a jaguar is a predator with its superpowers. Just look at how a jaguar rushes straight into the water to take down a large caiman there. A capybara is watching this scene now, and she is shocked by such a show of strength. It looks impressive. The jaguar is not afraid to fight with a toothy, armored, huge reptile on its territory. The cat strikes lightning strikes at the enemy's body, stuns the caiman, and then grabs with its jaws, by the back of the head, neck from behind, and by the throat. The dumbfounded look of the capybara, which was hiding from the reptile on the shore, looks pretty funny. The beast is in shock. Probably the capybara is grateful to the jaguar for getting rid of such a dangerous predator. But after all, the enemy of my enemy is not always my friend. The power of the spotted cat delights and scares at the same time. The Amazon basin is a place with an amazing climate, where there are a lot of living creatures, and a large number of species generates high competition. Therefore, in order to survive, the jaguar had to become a super fighter, and now the cougar will feel the full power of the skills of this spotted predator. The duel of these distant relatives looks incredibly epic. A short chase ends with a frighteningly intense struggle. The cats grappled and turned into a tangle of claws, rage, fangs, and growling. Lightning strikes with paws, constant bites, grabs, throws. It seems that the cougar and jaguar demonstrate their entire arsenal. The jaguar is a female, and the cougar is a male, so the spotted cat loses in size. But the advantage in pure physical strength is clearly on the side of the jaguar. The cougar is surprised. She did not expect such huge strength from a smaller cat. The jaguar is a cautious animal. In addition, this female has kittens that need to be taken care of. Therefore, she is ready to let the cougar go. But the mountain lion considers the kindness of the jaguar to be a weakness, and again pounces on the enemy. In fact, superiority in aggression can really be an additional trump card. Except the jaguar is too strong. The female easily fights back against the cougar, avoids serious damage without problems, and even beats her opponent lying down. The cougar grins and retreats. The jaguar launches a counterattack and knocks down the cougar. The opponents disperse. The mountain lion has learned a painful lesson, and the female jaguar returns to the kittens. The rhinoceros and the hippopotamus are two rivals for the title of the second largest large animal on the planet after the elephant. The mass of an adult rhinoceros can exceed 3 tons, as well as the mass of a mature hippopotamus. It seems that these are equal rivals, which only fuels the competition between them. It is unlikely that the animals really think about titles. They just dislike each other for specific reasons. Hippos are territory animals that may or may not allow other animals to come to their reservoirs. They decided to expel this rhino. Apparently, they don't like feeling like they're not the biggest inhabitants of these places. Rhinos are not used to being pointed out and chased away from somewhere. They compensate poor eyesight with a lightning reaction. Often the rhinoceros notices the threat only at the last moment, but immediately rams the enemy and defeats almost any opponent due to its enormous strength. However, this trick won't work with a behemoth. The rhinoceros understands that it is better not to mess with these two hippos, but still does not leave and does not retreat until it is too late. Now the hippos have approached him from the shore and are pushing him into the water, where they have the advantage. The armored, powerful rhinoceros hide provides excellent protection, but then the behemoth takes overclocking and rams the enemy. Pay attention. The rhinoceros manages to deliver a powerful blow from the bottom up. This is his signature move. With a sharp horn, he could pierce the behemoth's head through and through and to deal with the aggressor with one blow. But animal rights activists sawed off the rhino horn to protect it from poachers. This made the beast unarmed against such pressure. The behemoth was hit by the blunt base of the horn, but this only angered him more. A powerful beast knocks down a rhinoceros weighing about 3 tons, drowns, and its huge jaws dig into the enemy's body. A kinsman ensures him from the back. The rhinoceros tries to keep its head above water so as not to drown. But this is the maximum resistance he can offer. An angry hippopotamus knocks a rhinoceros on the bottom. Powerful jaws bite the relatively poorly protected area under the victim's foreleg. After all, an unarmed rhinoceros should not have messed with these hippos. Cheetahs usually avoid fights with other predators. If the cat injures its paws, it will not be able to accelerate to its incredible speeds, which threatens it with starvation. Therefore, cheetahs often run away as soon as they see a threat. This is not cowardice, but pragmatism of less experienced and seasoned cheetahs. The brothers' rivals are a clan of young but already adult predators. Therefore, large dimensions have a relatively small mass. Their bodies are generally lean, and their limbs, although muscular, are sinewy. The young cheetahs escaped, but one of them was fatally injured. His relatives call him, but they will never see him again. The young predators did not know who they were messing with, but now older relatives will be treated with greater caution. It remains to be hoped that this will save their lives in the future. However, experience and size do not always guarantee victory. Here, a mature male attacked a relative. Just look at how frighteningly he steps on it, as if it were an antelope, not another cheetah. However, an unexpected meeting awaits the aggressor. The smaller cheetah turned out to be an excellent fighter. Although the aggressor took advantage of the force of the ramming attack and knocked the opponent down, the smaller individual escaped fatal damage and did not allow himself to be grabbed by the throat. An impressive exchange of blows began, in which the aggressor at first glance dominated, as he managed to hit more often. However, his opponent seems to have taken some kind of wrestling courses in the stalls. He managed to catch the enemy by mistake and delivered a terrible blow with his hind legs. This quickly cooled the ardor of the aggressor, who flew away and then got to his feet and moved away from the opponent. Such a rebuff came as a surprise to the big beast. Meanwhile, the cheetah, which has managed to protect itself, is resting and recuperating, lying on the ground. He is ready to continue with the fight, but the aggressor seems to have learned a painful lesson. The deer thought that his huge height would give him an advantage during a chase through the deep snow in order to break away from the pursuit of wolves. But the herbivore did not know who they were dealing with. Even in such conditions, wolves can chase prey for tens of miles. You see how the deer is exhausted and cannot give battle to 2 wolves, even despite the advantage in size. If at first glance you wonder why the deer did not fight back, now you know. The ungulate barely holds its head straight from fatigue, stress, and exhaustion. There will not even be a final fight. And why would the wolves take the risk? Deer antlers can injure them. The more dangerous are stab wounds that can harm internal organs. The predators were lucky that it didn't come to this, and the fight ended before it started. They can only finish off the victim with a well-aimed throw at the deer's throat. Underestimating the endurance of wolves is a big mistake. A cougar attacked a young deer and managed to stop it and even knock it to the ground. But the ungulate rose, after which, unexpectedly for the predator, it turned towards him. The deer counterattacked, which the mountain lion did not expect. The cat tried to knock the ungulate to the ground again, but the deer literally began to trample the cougar and hit her on the head several times. The cougar felt like a living rug being wiped by hooves. An unpleasant experience. The predator was shocked, but now he will never underestimate this prey again.